And welcome to the WMAR Vault. I'm Jamie Costello. Here at WMAR, we've been celebrating 75 years on the air. We were the first TV station in Maryland, and now we're setting our sights on the future in streaming. And to that end, we're mixing up the old and the new, and we've opened up the WMAR Vault. We've dusted off 16 million feet of archive footage. That's enough footage to get from Baltimore to Los Angeles and still have nearly 400 miles left over. We hope you enjoy this episode of the WMAR Vault.
We were very wrinkled, Dick. That was the main problem.
Dmitry Gargarin solved our century-old wrinkle woes by helping invent wash and wear and permanent press clothing. But it turned out the chemicals used to fight wrinkles also cause fabric to wear out faster.
So at this point, polyester was introduced, and it virtually rescued the situation.
It was wrinkle-free and durable, so polyester quickly became the rage.
From the very beginning, we could have made polyester that looked just like wool, just like cotton, and felt good and was inconspicuous. But the general public didn't want to be inconspicuous. When they wore polyester, by golly, they wanted the world to know they were wearing polyester. And having done that, they became sorry because these were some of the most awful designs.
I can relate to that. These are some leftovers from my polyester period. Now, people not only tired of the bold polyester look, they also found that oily stains simply wouldn't come out of the fabric. So pretty soon, the love affair ended, and the jokes began. So, Dmitry and his team of chemists went back to their beakers. After making polyesters that looked just like cotton or wool, they attacked the stain problem. The chemists found that stains stayed in polyester because it repelled water. So a process was developed that made polyester absorb water, allowing it to get under stains and lift them out. Here's how ordinary polyester and the new soil-releasing polyester do when stained and placed in soapy water.
The water is just beginning to follow the fibers on the moisture-transporting, soil-releasing fabrics, and it's pushing the oil off. And pretty soon it's going to do such a good job that there will be hardly anything at all left. Now, on ordinary fabrics, you can wash this many, many times and you'll still have the same ring.
Dmitry Gargarin's wash and wear soil-releasing polyester is called Visa, and other companies are marketing their own new and improved polyesters, and the fabric is suddenly respectable again.
It is making a beautiful comeback, and some of the best designers are now using polyester blends and 100% polyester fabrics.
A gift to the Army, an extended test drive in General Motors' latest creation, the hydrogen fuel cell Equinox.
The hydrogen comes from the tank in the back of the vehicle through a set of injectors and also goes to the fuel cell stack. There, the hydrogen is combined with the oxygen from the air to make electricity.
And that's what gets the car going. No gasoline needed, therefore no emissions. An added bonus for the military. It's quieter.
The ability to move singularly or in quantity and not be detected over distance is very important.
But don't expect to drive off in your own hydrogen fuel cell vehicle anytime soon.
If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
Virginia Tech Natural Resources professor Patrick Michaels says, although he applauds pushing the envelope when it comes to technology, this concept has plenty of holes.
The problem with hydrogen is that it's not common. It takes a lot of energy to fix it, and then it has to be compressed, which takes more energy. These are physical problems.
GM admits there are other challenges. Right now, the cars are expensive to make and too expensive for the average driver. GM refused to put a price tag on the vehicle, but Honda says if it were to sell one of its hydrogen fuel cell vehicles, a consumer would pay at least $1 million.
They're prototypical cars. They're not something that you're going to be able to go down the street and buy tomorrow.
GM hopes to have some hydrogen fuel cell cars on the showroom floors by 2009. Jamie Costello, ABC 2 News.
You might work with them. They might be one of your friends. They're average people in every way, except that they have an unusual habit you'd only expect from children. Thumbsuckers, tonight at 5 and 11 on 2 News.
Children suck their thumbs for comfort, and usually by age 4, their parents try to break the habit. But for some, thumb sucking actually carries into adulthood.
It's a form of meditation, if you will.
At home, at work, in the car, adults are sucking their thumbs, but most hide it.
Knowing that people do not accept it.
39-year-old Tony Turner says he's been sucking his thumb for as long as he can remember, and he's tried everything to quit.
I wrap my thumbs. I've worn gloves to bed.
None of it worked, so Tony put his embarrassment aside and now sucks his thumb in front of everyone, including his 2 sons.
It's just his habit.
A habit shared with possibly hundreds of adults. A website called thumbsuckingadults.com gets 800 hits per week. People email their thumb-sucking photos to the site and chat with each other about why they do it. 24-year-old Ruth Finch of Baltimore logs on almost every week and finds others suck their thumb for the very same reason she does.
You know, if you're stressed and you're tired, it helps you relax. You know, it's like taking a bubble bath or something.
Ruth is willing to talk about her habit, but not show it. It's not the image of her she wants people to see.
Unfortunately, we associate it with immaturity.
Towson psychologist Dr. Mark Lipton has counseled several adult thumbsuckers who want to give it up.
There's something very innately stress-reducing about the sucking reflex.
Dr. Lipton helped patients break the habit with the help of a little red ball. They grabbed for it instead of heading for their hands. But some people give thumbs down to quitting, including Ruth, who says it's one of the most harmless habits around.
I'm not hurting anybody, and everybody has bad habits.
Mary Bubala, 2 News.
Hi, Stu Kerr here. You know, at times it almost seems like warfare between the gardener and his enemy, the bug. But there are numerous ways of ridding your garden of pests. And one of the simplest is soap and water. For some bothersome scale insects like aphids, mix 20 tablespoons of soap flakes in 6 gallons of water. Put the mixture in a spray can and go to it. And don't worry, the diluted soap won't harm your prized tomatoes. And join me weeknights for the weather on 6, 7, and 11 on Newswatch 2, and we'll see how your garden grows.
Stu Kerr loved to entertain, and he was spectacularly gifted at it. Some of us felt he never realized quite how good he was, but he always knew who he was, a regular guy who didn't have a dark side. The characters he created and loved to play, the janitor and the children's friend and the garden advisor, were the Stu his colleagues knew and loved.
Stu had won the hearts of Baltimore, and it is a sad loss, but the greatest tribute, I think, to Stu is his own career, because he loved what he did, he loved people, he loved doing children's shows, he loved doing the weather, and he always had fun.
Stu did it all. Before the Today and Tonight Show were invented, he entertained in late night and early morning roles, and then came back to be Professor Cool and Bozo the Clown, and every role local TV could offer. The people who watched and the people who worked with him loved him equally.
Stu Kerr was a real institution in this town. Many of us grew up with one of his various characters, and he really did lift the spirits of this community, young people and old alike, so I'm really sorry, and he will be missed.
We talked to Stu a couple of years ago and asked for the secrets of his success. The answer was a warmth and a creative imagination you can't pass on. But here's a sample of how he made the weather fun when he did it in Washington.
And they sent me out in Connecticut Avenue one day. And I said, doesn't look too bad. Traffic seems to be... Oh, there's a jogger there. How you doing, pal? Same to you, buddy. Yeah. And the director said to the cameraman, what did the jogger say? He said, there's no jogger, you know. And I just figured that people having their morning coffee would enjoy something like that.
People here enjoyed him immensely.
And I mean, I grew up with Professor Cool. And he's probably one of the few ones that could really enjoy his work.
He's just a very nice man that could do a lot of things.
Oh, I thought he was a heck of a nice fella, and he was great for the community and everything.
He was that and more.
He was Mr. Baltimore. Everybody loved and adored him.
And most importantly, his wife and 4 children were his biggest fans, followed by all of us who loved and admired him. I'm Andy Barth, News Channel 2.
Say, you're Stu Kerr, aren't you?
That's right, nice day, huh?
Yeah, listen, I hear that you like all kinds of weather.
Well, you know, I couldn't do the weather every night if Mother Nature and I didn't hit it off.
Oh, sure. Rain, I suppose.
Oh, I love a summer shower.
Snow?
Always in the winter, great.
Oh, come on, Kerr, there's got to be some kind of weather you really hate.
Only the unexpected. Oh, Stu Kerr,
right on time.
Newswatch 2's weatherman for all seasons.
Good morning, boys and girls. How are you this morning? Pretty good. Friday morning, Friday the 22nd of April. Fridays are always good. Don't worry about what I'm doing here. I'll explain to you in just a second. I got the blackboard out of the messy room in the back, you know. Just want to put it where you can see it there. And this could be a very interesting day. This is a letter that I received from Double Agent 6. Let me, first of all, bring the meeting to order. Oh, I forgot about the noise in the... This is a letter I received from Double Agent 6. That's what it says right on the letter. And there are numbers. There's a sheet of numbers. I don't know if you can see them or not. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. They're all the letters. And above the letters are numbers. A is number 1, B is number 2, C is number 3, D is number 4, and so on, right down the alphabet. Now it says here, there is a piece of paper in the letter. This is the piece of paper. I had some secret letters on it. By the numbers, you'll be able to find out what it is. In other words, Double Agent 6 is using his or her brain because of remember the letters that were burned yesterday? And maybe we can find, so let me put the numbers down and the letters that correspond with them. Now the first number is 20. 20 would be T. 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 The next letter, 8, would be H. 5 is E. The next letter, 23 is W. 9 is I. 20 is T. 3 is A, B, C. 3 is C. 8 is H. 9 is I. 19 is S. Number 4 is D. 15 is O. 9 is I again. 14 is N. 7 G. 9 is I. 20 is T, you know. Now, 1 is A. 12.
Mr. Morning! Mr. Morning!
No, Granny.
Sakes and golly Neds, come over here quickly.
No, I'm too busy. We got a secret thing going.
This is very, very important, Mr. Morning. I have to speak to you about something.
No. Yeah, but I have a secret something here that I have to put on the board. And
No, it can't wait. Things are getting so mysterious around here. Oh, my. I'm getting so scared and frightened. I'm worrying myself so much, I can't even sleep at night.
What are you worrying about? Nothing can happen to you. What are you...
It can't, eh?
No, you forget, Granny. You're invisible. No one can see you.
What about the magic powers that made me invisible?
Well,
they might not work when I want to come back and be seen.
Yeah, but it worked with Graham.
Gramps?
Yeah.
Is he back where he can be seen?
He's back where he can be seen, yeah.
Well, for land's sakes, that's not fair. What did he go and do that for?
It happened in the clubhouse yesterday. That's when it happened.
Oh, well, don't be in such a rush.
Well, look, I'll explain my rushing later, okay?
Yes,
Can I?
Yes, that's all I hear. You'll explain everything later, but nothing's being explained.
No, well, just...
Oh, I'm sorry. You're a sick boy.
No,
Do you know that?
Well, I don't get... You'll have to excuse me, Granny. Would you please...
Okay. But I'll be back. You wait and see. I'll be back.
She's What was that? She's invisible. And now let's see. Get back to the A at 12, L, and L. That's it. Get out of the clubhouse now. Get out of the clubhouse now. Double Agent 6? Boy, oh boy, something's gone. Let's see what Mr. Salami, the Weather Swami, has to say. All right? Okay.
What does it take to bring you Maryland's most precise forecast? It starts with having the right gear and knowing how to use it. It takes having an eye for what's in front of you. It takes years of constant practice, and it takes pinpoint accuracy. Because when it comes down to it, you've only got one shot to be right. Norm Lewis. He's not only one of the nation's top archery champions, he's Baltimore's most experienced meteorologist. It takes two.
Opening day 87. The Orioles hit the field and Channel 2 hit the air. Opening day 87. Winning together. Channel 2 and you.
Probably the most important quality of a real friend is dependability. And that's what I like most about being a part of this team. With these folks, there are certain things I can depend on. Good humor, for instance, and support. Like snow. Thanks a lot. It's easy for us to depend on each other because we all know we're working toward the same goal. We want to preserve our reputation as a news team you can depend on. We want to be friends you can turn to, and not just faces behind a slogan.
Mornings. A fine cup of joe, a songbird, and now the morning shows of ABC and News Channel 2. Because ABC is moving to 2. So now News Channel 2 Morning is followed by ABC's Good Morning America, then Gordon, Maury, and Montel, plus the news at noon. French roast. ABC and News Channel 2, better together.
You're watching News Channel 2, ABC.
A streetcar turned diner is hoisted as high as the Domino sign on Harborview Properties. An old-time beauty is stuffed with cameras and lights. The final yell for action echoed off the bricks of Key Highway as the movie Avalon finishes, at least Baltimore's part.
We feel like laughing and crying at the same time.
It's a sad day for cast, crew, and observers who became fond of
the people.
I like it a whole lot. I wish I was in it.
I'm from Philadelphia, and I'm crazy about Baltimore, and I would move down here tomorrow.
Yeah.
Loved it.
The feeling is mutual for Baltimore's Barry.
Over in here, biggest shot we can do raking without.
The man who won an Oscar for Rain Man, who also filmed Diner and Tin Man in his own hometown, returned for more success.
It's going to show every aspect of Baltimore from the period of 1914 through to 1968. And we cover Fells Point, we cover Mount Vernon Place, every area of the city imaginable, 60 locations.
The movie will glorify Baltimore. It's based loosely on Levinson's family tree and how life was like for immigrants coming to the U.S., then becoming Americanized. The movie is due to be released next fall, and even before it's edited, the reviews are already sneaking out, calling this Barry Levinson's best film yet.
It's never as easy to return, but if you're willing to go on, we'll find a way back to Avalon.
Jamie Costello, Channel 2 News.
There it is. Today, the finest quality print in the theater lobby. Sunday,
up on the big screen.
And then I came to Baltimore. It was the most beautiful place you've ever seen in your life.
Oh, Sam, how many times? A year in the making, Avalon is a film about family.
My father said to me this morning, he says, you never can imagine that 4 wallpaper hangers can become famous.
For Neil Kirk, a film editor and one of Barry's cousins, Avalon is a dream, the story of his family bigger than life, and he even played a part.
People told me I was pretty good in the movie, so we'll see. I was never one to be in a school play or something, but I really enjoyed the experience. It came kind of naturally.
Uh-oh, get that man an agent. Get one for Miles Perman, too, another cousin who plays a gas station attendant.
I actually come up and, have a little bit of a line, and then I start pumping her gas, and that's about it. There's a big crash that takes place after that.
You don't have to be related to Barry Levinson to get a thrill out of Avalon. The film is filled with vintage cars and clothes. No matter what the critics say, Baltimore will likely be proud. As traditional as the Senator Theater, Avalon's rich images bring to life the days of old, etched into the heart of this old city. In Baltimore, Mary Beth Marsden, Channel 2 News.
I don't know how you feel about it, but I think that Avalon was one of the most underrated films in Barry's career. And Barry worked here at WMAR. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. For 75 years, WMAR has brought the news into your home, from film to video to tiny digital cards, over the air, cable, satellite, and now we're streaming. We'll keep moving forward, and remember to look back at the stories and the moments that made us all Maryland. We hope you've enjoyed this episode of the WMAR Vault. We'll see you next time. Hey, it's Jamie Costello. If you just enjoyed this episode of The Vault, you can check out more episodes by clicking on this box down here. And while you're at it, go ahead and hit that circle, and that'll subscribe you to WMAR 2 News for great content every single day.